Very good morning to all CA Foundation students. Are you preparing for CA Foundation exam in the month of September? And are you struggling with revision? Do you have any basic concepts doubts in law economics? And do subscribe this channel, and this 15 days you will have back to back all basic concepts of economics and law full revision. There is no use of attending 10 hours marathon class and trying to understand everything at one go. Understand in bits and pieces, you will remember. Now today's class, what is contract? So many a times what happens, basics if you have, you can easily understand other lessons. So law starts with a condition called agreement. Agreement is offer plus acceptance. In general sense, agreement is an understanding between two persons. But in law, agreement is offer plus acceptance. And if this agreement is enforceable by law, when I say agreement is enforceable by law, it has to create legal relationship. It has to create legal relationship. What do you mean by creating legal relationship? When parties create legal relationship, they are serious about going to court and complain if something goes wrong in the agreement. So agreement is offer plus acceptance. Agreement has to be enforceable, which means parties must have created legal relationship. And when the agreement is enforceable by law, it becomes contract. So contract is an agreement enforceable by law. Enforceable by law is nothing but creating a legal relationship, and parties are serious in taking action against each other if in case something goes wrong. Then offer, willingness of a person to do something or not to do something. Indirectly, an offer can be doing something, not doing something. And an acceptance is nothing but giving a consent. Consent is nothing but, in Latin word, consensus ad idem. Consensus ad idem is nothing but both the parties have understood same thing in the same sense. When both the parties have understood same thing in the same sense, it is called consent or acceptance. So offer plus acceptance is agreement. Agreement plus enforceability is contract. And every contract is an agreement, but all agreements cannot become contracts. And very important thing is, agreements can be social agreements, legal agreements, domestic agreements, illegal agreements. When I say social agreement, in our society, we invite people for various functions and parties. If they do not come, we will not take an action. That means in social agreements, domestic agreements, we make promises for our family members. We make promises to our friends in the society. What all promises that we make in our society are not serious. In the sense, we are not serious in taking action if he or she doesn't come. So therefore, social agreements, domestic agreements do not create legal relationship. When they do not create legal relationship, they are not enforceable by law. Then what is a legal agreement? Legal agreement is the agreement where the objective is allowed by law. Suppose if you agreed to sell TV to somebody, then selling of TV is allowed, selling of car is allowed, selling of house is allowed. So that is legal agreement. So which is basically allowed by law. So legal agreement obviously create legal relationship, which means if the seller buyer have any issues, they will definitely go and take an action against each other. So legal agreements are enforceable. Since legal agreement is enforceable, it becomes a contract. A legal agreement is basically the agreement where the objective is forbidden by law, where the objective is not allowed by law. Say for example, A and B came to an agreement to kill C, and B says, I will give you this much of money. Later on, A killed and B is not giving money. A cannot file a suit. A cannot file a suit because this agreement does not create a legal relation. In fact, in that example, both the parties will be arrested. So therefore, offer plus acceptance is an agreement. Offer is willingness of a person to do or not to do something. Acceptance is giving a consent. Clear? Agreement plus enforceability becomes a contract. Enforceability means parties have created what relation? Legal relationship. Have these basics and read the other points. I'm telling you, you're going to make this easily. Have a good day.